Hello, everybody. I am yet again Price McKinney, simply put. And yes, it is late. I would ordinarily already be in the bed. However, when duty calls, this is what happens. The last video I did, I talked about fear and how it affects you to a degree and whatnot. Make sure you go back and listen to that one if you haven't. I was very open and transparent, of which would be the same case as this. So here it goes. What would your life look like if fear were not an option? Because here's the problem, and I'm facing this head on. I don't know what the outcome of it is going to be, but I'm making the outcome what I need it to be for the moment. I'm at a crossroad, major crossroad, and that crossroad is this. I don't trust the process. I've been in conversations with several different people asking me questions about videos I put on, and it has been phenomenal. It's been absolutely amazing, overwhelming at times, because at times when I question whether I should actually be doing this, the answer is a definite yes plus tax. So I've got to do it. But it's created a lot of dialogue, and on the front end, I'll be honest, I didn't think I was qualified for it, didn't think I was even going to be able to do it, but I am, and for a reason, because it's who I am. So having said that, coming off of the heels of being the giver taken advantage of, that's left me in a bad place. It's left me in a bad place, of which I'm, as I said before, 3 chambers out of the 4 of my heart have been closed. I'm not looking for a serious relationship right now. However, I can't become a recluse and hibernate. I still have to live and communicate with people, and I'm okay with that. But here's the crossroad, and this is not for everybody. This is my story. What would it look like if fear wasn't an option? Because, and I'm going to be blunt, very straightforward. What if what's being presented to me now, and don't ask who, that's not the point. What if this may be something that I actually need and should take up the offer or the presentation, if that sounds better for you? In this case, we're talking about a relationship, a great female, a couple of them, honestly. And do not get this twisted. I'm not talking about being a whole pimp playing the field. This is serious stuff. What if the presentation is being made and these, are opportunities that I actually do need or will need? But the problem with it is not the person that's being presented. The problem is the person having to make the decision. Because now my decisions are based on having to be filtered through not being able to trust. So do I do analysis paralysis and sit back and not do anything? Or do like typical most folk, well, let me just pray about it, which is what I do every day anyway, for myself, for my immediate family, and people I'm close and connected to. But in this particular case, toward a relationship, do I just sit back and, hey, she'll pop up and appear? No, because that's not the type of man I am. He that findeth. So I've got to be on the hunt, but I don't want to do hunting. Not right now. And the reason why is because I don't want to repeat the same process. So somebody's asking, well, what are you doing to keep from repeating the process? Not get in the process. That's what I'm doing right now. Because I don't want to take a chance on history repeating itself. So here's the actual crossroad. Do I run the risk of getting involved with someone that could potentially be a mate? Or do I sit back and work on the now internal struggle because I don't trust the very thing that I need to get me to where I'm trying to go? And guess what that is? The process. So I don't trust the process. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. She said something that blasted my brain. She said, I don't trust the process and I don't trust the trust. Because trusting the process and trusting the trust is what actually got me here, being single. And she was talking about herself. How many of us, I myself included, are in or have been in that place? So here's risk number 2. Because of my distrust, because of the hurt, now I'm reserved and extremely guarded. Do I just not just do anything? And possibly wind up missing a very good potential mate, perhaps even someone God sent. Which one do I do? So, or do I do the turtle and stick my head out, see what the weather is doing, go back into my shell if I'm uncomfortable? Or do I just run the risk and get on out there? You know, as some folk would say, faith without works is dead. And take a chance on it and just hope it doesn't happen again. But I'm right now, the score says history has repeated itself and I don't have a lasting relationship. So I have to be mindful of that. So do I dive on out there or do I sit my regular self here and stay and work on me? That's my crossroad. Which one have I decided to do at this point? Sit it down. Because I can't go into a relationship with anybody wholeheartedly, openly, and be honest to say, I've got all the price I can give right now. I can't do that because the little bit that I could give is just coming from one chamber because the other 3 are right now clogged. So I'm fighting internally with that reality, and that is, how do I overcome this fear? Because the fear now has me boxed in and with limitations and restraints, because I don't want to go through another round of being who I am, which I still am, the giver. But that giver is going to come not being taken advantage of for a change. I'm not going to let it happen. Because I don't want to go through sorting through meeting your representative. Here's my rule. If I give you me, I never have to change. But if you, excuse me, if you give me your representative, then I've got to meet the real you at some point. And then you put me in a place, which one of you do I choose? But you're the same person. It's a real thing. It's a real place. So this happens to a lot of people, that crossroad. I know what I want. I know what I just as much as what I don't do. So am I going to compromise and settle for accepting this, knowing that it ain't really, this is not really it. But if I take what's not really it, at least I'll have somebody. Or do I just sit it down? So this is the beginning of this. Going to be diving into this. Here's the reality. We're going to dig down and dive in. That's what this is going to be going forward. So this, if you want to put a title to it, we're dealing with fear. Facing the fear. Facing the fear. So again, I am Price McKinney. Simply put, I'm gonna put this on Facebook, load it on YouTube, upload it to Facebook, and I'll also put it on Instagram, Grillmaster_PMac. This is just a moment with the man, one of the moment with the man sessions, uncut. This is what's been on my heart. This is what I've been fighting through, and I'm dealing with it. And I'm dealing with it by talking to you, so I've got to deal with it. I want to thank you again sincerely for each and every one of you that have been watching and listening. You all are the reason why I keep doing this, and I want to thank you. So again, Instagram Thursday, 7 o'clock, July the 22nd, Instagram Live, Grillmaster_PMac. I am going to be taking your questions. So be prepared to get on it. Again, Thursday, 7 o'clock, Instagram, Grillmaster_PMac. Thank you so much, all of you, for listening. Thank you so much for supporting me. We're going to get through this, and we're going to grow together and become the best us that we could possibly be. Love you, and I'll see you soon.